Hi guys and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. Today is a very exciting topic. We are breaking down some good old anime games, and with us we need the nerdiest of gingeriest of gamers. We got twitch.tv/Hotshot Ginger with us. How's it going, man?
It's going, but I still feel like this is a petty conversation.
Why is it a petty conversation?
Not petty.
Let's get off the bat.
It's pity.
Oh, I heard petty. Why is it pity?
Because you know that anime is your thing and games are mine. And yet here we are. This is the only compromise we ever find.
And with us, we also have RG. How's it going, man?
I'm doing fantastic.
So happy to have you with us. This is your first gaming episode. It's not a pity episode for you. It is an episode where we're going to break down some anime games, exactly how Hotshot described it. We have 3 picks each. Do we have a volunteer for the first person to go forward?
Well, you seem to be jumping off the rails, so why don't you just show us how it's done?
Why don't you show us?
Okay, I will. Okay, I'm going to start with a game that I rediscovered when I went to go visit some family, and I was going through boxes of old PS2 games that young Jaian had, pre-anime podcasters Jaian had, and I came across Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule. Have you guys heard of this game before?
I've heard of Yu-Gi-Oh! Before.
But Monster Capsule.
No, because they're monster cards, not capsules.
Okay, well, another way you could describe this game is Capsule Monster Coliseum as well. I love this game. So it's Yu-Gi-Oh, but you're not dueling with cards. You're dueling with monsters inside of capsules, and it's like a chessboard kind of thing. It's like a platformer. It's a card battle type game. It came out in 2004, and you basically are Yami, pardon me, and you go from battle to battle, and you collect capsuled monsters, and you can level them up, and you have like I guess when you play chess, you have a king. You have like your own king token, which you want to protect with your monster capsules. And you have different types of monsters. You have light, dark, earth, thunder, like all of the attributes of dual monsters. Like I have like a bunch of Karibos in my team because basically when you start out a match, you have a select amount of points and capsules are worth certain points. So let's say you start with 300 points and a Karibo's 50. Well, you could have up to 6 Karibos on your team. And as you go on, you upgrade your stats and you can get more monsters and you get stronger. And I've played so far I've played Joey, I've played Tristan, I've played Yami's grandfather, Yugi's grandfather. Yes, it's such a great game. I'm surprised. Have you guys never heard of this before?
I have heard of it.
So far, it just sounds like Pokemon chess.
I think, like, I remember when I was reading the manga of Yu-Gi-Oh! And before it became the card game, it was a lot of different games. And I think I remember what you're kind of describing. Is it the capsule kind of like dicey, and then you put it on the chess kind of game, and then they unroll.
Yes, that's exactly.
And then they unroll, and then
yes.
you try to unroll it the more and the further you can to have your own territory, and you have like a king. And then I remember this game.
Oh no! It's not exactly that. It's similar to that. That's a game that's played within the anime. You're describing a game that's played in the anime. There's like that 2 episodes where like Yami plays against I can't remember the
that guy
name, but it's like they duel, but not with. Yeah, that guy with the long black hair and like who's like memed to forever in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. You know, whenever he walks into a room, there's like that techno beat that plays. Anyways, all that to say, what a dope game. Hotshot, when I describe this to you, is this the kind of thing that you'd play?
Probably not, no.
Really? How come?
Chess. It just sounds like chess, and I stay away from chess.
Okay, I see. Imagine, actually, you know what? This is the best comparison I can make. Because I recently downloaded that South Park game I mentioned to you, Hotshot. Imagine the battles with that. You know how you can move around your character and then he has like attacks with different ranges, right? Like that concept. But imagine just Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters instead. And you have like a token that you want to defend at all times on a larger map. That's basically it.
You're making me think of a regular RPG tower defense instead of chess. It's the fact that it's more played like a chess game that's really not selling me for it. There's only one other chess game that I've played and I actually do enjoy, but it's because it wasn't really focused on chess. and that was Mortal Kombat chess.
Fair enough.
Because once, unlike regular chess, where like if you make the move and take your opponent's piece, if you start to take your opponent's piece in Mortal Kombat chess, you actually start a fight, and whoever wins the fight keeps their piece.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
So there's skills in it.
I see.
Yeah, because it's a fighting game,
Yes.
not a chess game.
Oh, there are some skills in this one. Go ahead. What's your first pick, Hotshot? Go ahead. What's your first pick?
I never said there wasn't any skill. I just said it's chess, and I'm not skilled in chess, so I don't play chess. All right, fine.
Go ahead.
You know what? I was going to let this one go, but I'm just going to start weird.
That's every episode. What do you mean that's every episode?
I'm just going to start weird, like even for me, I'm starting weird.
Okay. Go for it.
So, do you guys know what visual novels are?
Yes.
Of course. I do.
Technically, those are counted as games, even if they're like, you do have some choices, but really they don't determine any route like in any major story. So, my first pick is a visual novel named Nekopara.
Yes. I've watched the
I mean,
anime.
you brought this up so many times. I know this.
Yeah, the anime
Tell us
is
more about
the
it.
anime is super cute. Jaden, you will never touch it. You will never watch this. I know this.
I would never touch it.
This
even with a
anime was
stick.
not made for you.
Oh my god.
Let me sell it to you. Let me sell it to you like this, Jaden. It's a cafe full of cat girls that act as maids in a cafe under their master.
Okay.
You're never gonna watch that.
But less about if I watch it or not. What's the? It's a storyline. Like
Yeah,
what-
so it's a
describe it to me.
storyline. So there is a series. There's 4 different volumes. In volume 1, it's chocolate and vanilla. Those are probably the most well-known cat girls in it, because each cat girl has their own separate personality, of course, because that's how characters work. But chocolate is kind of an airheaded ditz that just loves being alive and being around her master, while vanilla is the stern Vanilla's the stern kind of kudere type, like kind of like Yuki from not Orin High School, Haruhi Suzumiya, like where it's like
Suzumiya,
monotone kind of voice.
Right.
And you go through the story of them not just like being their master's cats, because that's how they start, but they actually end up falling in love with you. And at the end of it, it turns into a harem story.
Okay, I see.
A visual harem story.
All right, I see.
I don't know. I really
Explicitly harem story.
I don't know. I discovered first the anime, then I discovered what it's called again. I discovered the doujin. Then I discovered it was a visual novel. So, but yeah, it looks very good. I like those games when every decision that you make have consequences. But I think in Nekopara, I mean, whatever you do, you still ended up with the girls liking you. I think. Have you ever played a game?
I mean, yeah, and I've played 3. I've played 3 of the 4 volumes. I
Oh my
have
God.
all 4, but I've never actually played the 4th one.
Why not?
My favorite character in it is probably Chocla, and if it's not Chocla, it's Cinnamon, which Cinnamon is a even more head dense than Chocla.
Oh my god, yes, she is.
But she is filled with feelings of romance and love, and very, let's say, affectionate, for lack of a better word, and so we don't get taken down.
Yeah.
Right. Please. I've already told you this. We gotta wait 15 minutes into an episode because the YouTube, the demonetization, Hotshot. You should.
That's why I'm dancing around it and not calling it what it is.
Yeah, he's learning. Let's honestly, like, I know this is you got Hotshot shows and you got Hotshot games, and then these are not pity episodes. They just, they are what they are, bro.
The more you
They are what
say
they
they're
are.
not pity episodes, the more I feel like they are pity
This
episodes.
sounds like it's pity episodes.
There's no pleasing you. There's just no pleasing you.
See?
No, it's not. It's not. No. It's not a pity episode. Okay, we've done so many of these. Don't give me that. It's not a pity episode. What's your next pick? What's your first pick, RG? Go ahead.
Well, at first I was like, I never play any anime games. And then I realized, I was like, oh, wait, I've played the most anime game, not the most, the games that is the most animated. So a little, like maybe 1 or 2 years ago, I used to play a lot of Genshin Impact. Do you know about this game? Mm-hmm. All right. So
I do know about this game, yes.
have you had a chance to play it?
I've played very little because network in my house is a joke.
I'm sorry to hear. So for those of you who doesn't know how it works, it's basically you are a guy or girl. You have to choose. You get isekai to another world of fantasy.
Wow, it sounds so familiar.
It sounds like in the me and Hotshot kind of genre exactly, but I swear it's a really good game and it's completely free. So yeah, you and your sister, you're basically gods and you get isekai into another world, but your other siblings is captured and missing, and then you need to power up and travel the world to try to discover what happens to your sister or brother, where she is, because if you're a guy, the sister get caught and vice versa. And yeah, it's a very nice game. There's element in everything, and I think the most craziest things on the game that has like such a huge world, you can play on your phone, and I don't understand how your phone is not like melting.
Well,
so a couple
clearly
notes.
It's because it's not a hotshot game. If it was a hotshot game, then your phone would be melting. Like, just, by pure logical common sense. Isn't that right, Ginger?
I mean, you're right, but I don't play on my phone anyway.
That's why you still have one.
Yeah, that's really about it, yes. That is 100% it, yes.
So,
but a couple things about Genshin.
Yeah.
One, it is actually getting a anime made in the next couple years. It's actually on the way. Two, it is not entirely free because no free games are actually free.
True.
It is.
Yeah, you spend your time.
Jane, I don't know if Jade knows this term.
I know what you're going to say.
It is indeed a gacha game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a gacha game, which means the game itself is free, but in order to do anything cool in it, you kind of have to spend your own personal money on loot boxes for good drops, which can be anything from...
It's like Fortnite.
Yes. Which can be anything from good heroes, which, unlike Fortnite, where heroes are just skins most of the time, heroes actually have different abilities and different attributes to round out your party. It can be different crafting materials. It can be different outfits for your champions. It can be a whole lot of stuff, but the problem is, especially if you've been playing for a while and buying a lot of loot boxes, you can replicate a lot of what you have already.
Yeah, but
so basically you're just pissing money away at that point.
But you forgot the number one reason why people are putting money into these games and re-rolling to have new character. It's not about the power. It's about the looks. Have you seen these girls and these guys?
Oh, I'm not saying I'm free from that. I'm not saying I don't do the same thing. I'm just calling it as it is.
So Jaian, would you try to maybe this game? It's free. It's got isekai. That would be fantastic to introduce you to this world.
I'll tell you what, bro. I'm more likely to try this than Nekopara.
I agree with you. That would be a little bit more time.
All right, you know what, Jaden? Shut up. What's your next one?
All right,
shut up and speak.
Yeah. You're giving me contradiction information here, bro. Okay, so second pick now is One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows.
I know him.
Oh my gosh, Hotshot. This game was your recommendation.
Yes, it was.
You told me to get this, and I got it, and I love it. We're talking about one of the best anime fighting games, in my opinion. It's a 2-player battle-based game that I am in love with. I just want to go over like a few things here. Okay, so let's just start with like when you start out with your own character and you go on missions here and there and you get stronger. And then I was playing for a little while, and then next thing I know, I get to play as Saitama. I'm like, oh, sweet, I'm going to get to play as Saitama on my first battle as Saitama. And of course, I should have expected this, but I didn't. I didn't like this. This is the one thing I didn't like. I throw a punch, okay, as Saitama, and what happens is I win in the first punch. And in that moment, I understood that scene where he goes, no, it only took one punch. I was like, no, I wanted to do more in this game. I wanted to do more with Saitama. I haven't played that far into it enough for me to like do other stuff, obviously, but it's based on the manga more than the anime. I think there's like characters in there that I haven't seen before. But man, Such a cool game. Such a great game. Like, what are your thoughts on it, Hotshot? As someone who's played it a lot, I know you've played this.
I mean, there's a reason I recommended it to you, and it is because I enjoy it as much as I do. Because, like, a lot of people don't like One Punch anymore because Saitama wins everything in one punch. It's like there's no challenge, there's no story, there's blah, blah, blah. But the fact that you get to create your own hero and work up the ranks, all the fights turn back into fights. Like, yeah, Saitama's in it, and he does show up at, like, critical story moments, because, you know, that's how it actually happened in the story, and you're just an onlooker. But I love those kind of games where the story actually takes place. You do have a role in it, but it doesn't really matter if you were there or not for the actual story to continue.
You know, Saitama shows up in critical moments. I think that's, like, a huge saving grace, because as a customized hero going up the ranks, like, I don't see another structure for a One Punch Man game to exist in other than that. You know what I mean? Because that's like the whole structure of the anime. You want to become a higher ranked hero. And if you start out playing as Saitama, you're going to One Punch every single time. That's kind of like the challenge of this thing. What do you think, Hotshot?
I mean, that's what I agree with. Like, do I like that Saitama shows up at important story moments? Yes. Because A, that's how the story goes. And B, because I'm Saitama, I get to one punch something. But like whenever Saitama shows up, since he doesn't take damage, I go out of my way to go into his ultimate mode and do a serious punch.
Right.
Because I know if I just land a hit, I'll win anyway. So I may as well just go big.
Mm-hmm. What do you have to say, RJ, to that?
It's a fighting game. Is it like the Dragon Ball Z's game?
No,
I mean,
it's more of a 3D fighter. So, if anything, it's more so like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm with a battlefield set like that.
Oh.
It's not a 2D fighter, it's a 3D fighter where the battlefield is a circular area around you. And it's based in the One Punch Man universe. I don't know if you watch One Punch.
Oh, yeah, I watch One Punch, definitely. I watch all the big ones.
Oh, yeah, you better watch One Punch.
Yeah, you said you watched anything popular in circulation. That was in circulation for a while.
True.
It was.
True.
It absolutely was.
It was. Okay, so sell it to me. Why would it be a better games than, for example, like Naruto? Or what is so good about this game?
Yeah, Hotshot, tell us why is it better than Nekopara?
Well,
Please tell
okay, hold on. That's like comparing Angry Birds to Doom. Those are two totally different genres.
I love Angry Birds. Don't go there. Do not go there.
But you're the one who said that this is your favorite 3D fighter anime game. That this is the best one out there. So you sell it,
It's one of the
Jaian.
best out there.
No, you personally said that it was the best one out there.
Okay, well, I might have overhyped. I am an overhyper. It's really good for me. It's you get to basically become your own hero and insert yourself in the One Punch Man universe.
Okay.
And then, RG, you go on missions, you upgrade your character, you are always doing like 2-player battles. There's like moments, I think, where you could be like a team of 3 and you get to like switch between characters, if I'm not mistaken. And
like
Hotshot says, Saitama like shows up at key moments, but you like there's a bunch of cool like characters, like Boros is in here. You got Metal Bat, you got the Mosquito Girl, you know, you got like the classics are on there, like Speed of Sound Sonic. I mean, like, listen, this is, if you like One Punch, this is a game to like sink time into for sure.
Oh, interesting. So, I used to like fighting games, you know about it, because you're the one that introduced me to it with Naruto games. But it's not really my type. But Jaian, if one day I decide to play those type of games, I promise that I will try this one first.
Yeah, for sure, man.
How about you, Hotshots? What's your next game?
All right. My next one is actually a series that's been around for a long time, and I'm a little surprised that Jaian hasn't brought it up at all. But it's a spin-off game of that series. My next one are Dungeon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, and I'm including both because they're essentially the same game.
Okay. What's that?
This is some Rasengan BS right now.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea.
What's this game?
So,
go ahead.
I mean, Jay, you guys know the name Dragon Quest, like in regular circulation, right?
I've heard of it.
I've heard of the name Dragon Quest. I just heard of it. That's it.
So it was made by the same guy who made Dragon Ball, for starters. And it is it has almost as many games as Final Fantasy at this point. It has like 30 plus games, if not more. But I'm picking Heroes because A, it's the only one I've beaten, and 2, it's a hack and slash adventure to where there are mobs of monsters around you. Like there can be hundreds around you, and you're slashing them down with your sword. Dang. It's a lot. It's played a lot like Dynasty Warriors. If you guys have heard of that.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
I have heard of it. Yeah.
Okay. It's based like that, where you are going over and taking objectives and mowing down the monsters, doing certain tasks along with it, and you're meeting characters all throughout the Dragon Quest universe, like not just your own world, because 1 and 2 or Heroes at least is merged around worlds to where they're colliding with each other, and one of the biggest stories is you getting all the other heroes home. It's heavy fantasy because it is Dragon Quest. It's built around dragons and kingdoms and stuff like that. A lot of people have like English-ish accents. I don't know, like slight differences between accents, so I can't actually place them where they need to go.
Relatable.
And that's really about it. I just like it a lot. It was my first Dragon Quest game that I beat, and it got me interested in the rest of the series.
Yeah, but it's really weird that even though I have no image of my head of what Dragon Quest looks like, me and Jaian have heard of this game, so it must be one of the classics. Is it because it's a nostalgic games for a lot of people? What do you think about it?
I think I can tell you why. I honestly tell me if I'm wrong, Hotshot.
Go for it.
But isn't this one of those like Raid Shadow Legends like plugged by every single YouTuber sponsored like games? I feel like I've seen ads for this thing everywhere all the time on YouTube, like all the time.
Please tell me you're kidding.
I'm not.
No, that is not why.
What's the difference between Raid Shadow Legends and Dragon Quest?
Raid Shadow Legends has been around from the time of the internet. Dragon Quest was around before we were born.
Dragon Quest?
It's been around since the 90s.
1986.
80s. Okay.
Oh, man.
So,
that is not yesterday. That is not yesterday.
So, it's everywhere right now because it's so old, and it's getting a new game coming out.
Oh, are you excited?
Like it's actually getting a few new games coming out, so it's resurfacing. I actually am, because the new game coming out is based off the only anime they released for it.
Was it a good anime?
Oh, okay, very cool.
I don't know. I haven't seen it because it's only subbed, and I'm a dub. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair point.
Okay, fair enough. All right. RG, I think we went on a quest to get a dragon. Now we're coming back around to the next village, and this is where we talk about your next pick, bro.
Well,
go ahead.
Thank you. Speaking of quests, I'm surprised that Hotshot hasn't said anything about Pokemon. Isn't it an anime game that you love a little bit?
Believe me, I wanted to talk about it, but if there's anything I talk about more than One Piece, like not even on show, but just in general, it's probably Pokemon.
Just before,
why did you go there, bro? I'm like, RG, let's go to your next pick, and he brings up Pokemon. Do you not know what you just started?
Well, I was thinking of putting Pokemon in my pick, but I didn't. You know why? Because I played a game for like a month, and I couldn't play the game properly and go from half of it because I didn't speak English properly. So I didn't know that my Pokemon needed to learn the move cut to cut some grass so I can move around the map. So I was stuck in like the first stage, and I was like, you know what? This game is overrated. I'm gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, no. You and I are throwing hands. I don't care what the hell your third pick is. You and I are throwing hands right now. You go to the tree. It says it can be cut down. And there's a move named cut.
Yeah, but in French, cut is coupé. It doesn't look the same. So I didn't understand.
Do you know what coupe means?
I don't know what it means in English.
I can't.
Well, do you know what it means in French?
Yes, that I do. But
Okay.
so since I didn't play Pokemon, okay, Chad, breathe, so you're right. So my next pick.
No, he can suffer. He can suffer. You and I are not done.
I'm sorry, but
This is so not what I.
one day I'll play the games. One day I'll play the game.
Good. That's all I want. Okay, continue.
So since I didn't,
You know it's bad when you get Hotshot to speak in French, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's true. It's true. So since I didn't play Pokemon, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it was mostly numbers, and I watched the anime, so I could see what the monster does and the game does. So, I think you guys have all played either on your Game Boy, computer, GameCube, or even with your physical card. You all have played Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
In some form or another, yeah. I'll admit to that.
Of course.
Funny story. This is how me and Jaian met each other. One of our mutual friends introduced each other, and we just started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how everything got started.
Yeah.
Also, funny story. This is also how mine and Jaden's friendship almost ended.
Oh,
When? Oh, when we played Yu-Gi-Oh! Online during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to? Oh, man. We played Duel
Yeah.
Links Nexus, and I torched him so many times. I torched him and torched him and tortured him. He was not having it. He was not having it. But, okay. And we got to get to your pick, Archie.
yeah. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! For the one who doesn't know about it, it's basically a card games when you have a monster battling each other, and you have each. I think you have what is called life points, and I think if the rules haven't changed, is you have each 4,000 life points, and the goal is to put the other players to 0 points. So you attack with your monster and everything. And I think that because the game was so simplistic, and you have a magic card to boost a monster and trap card to have any effects, because it was so simple but also could be so complex, and because it had a really good anime, I think it's really why it marks me and a lot of our children when we were growing up. What do you think?
Of course. But what Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game are you picking?
I picked Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards because it's the one that I used to play when I was younger. It was pretty simple and amazing to play.
Oh, yeah, I love this game. I'm so glad you brought it up. I forgot it existed. But like I'm like scrolling through the Wikipedia page here of this thing, and I'm just getting a bunch of nostalgia, man. Oh, what a great game, bro. What a great selection. Tell us more about it. Seriously.
I think that most of people I don't think that I could add any more to anything to this game. I think you guys know more about how this game works, all the anime.
What I love about this game, okay, bro, you have a Game Boy Advance game that came out, and this is like early 2000s. This was one of those games where if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! All the time when you're at school, you got home and you got to play Yu-Gi-Oh! To the infinity. And specifically, the Battle City story arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm talking about the one where the first dual disc gets introduced. Kaiba's in the sky with his Kaiba Corporation plane blimp thing, and you're your own player, and the big bad guy here is Merrick. You guys remember Merrick, right? Hotshot, you remember Merrick?
Yep.
The guys with 3 eyes.
Oh, dude, this guy is like, yeah. And the Millennium items and all that stuff. You play as your own character. You upgrade, you duel, and you try to get all the pieces to eventually go to the final part of the Battle City Finals, basically. And it's such a fun game. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh!, you will drown into this one. There's so many fun duels. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. But moving away from this, I would say almost like arcadey Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, I want to go ahead and say, man, this last pick for me, I honestly picked it because it was the last time I played it. It just came back to mind. I'm talking about the second Attack on Titan game for the PlayStation 4, and I think it's on PlayStation 5 now too. Dude, you basically go in there and you are your own character. And this is like a recurring theme that I'm seeing in a lot of these games. You kind of insert yourself in the universe. Once again, Hotshot recommended this one to me. I think I got it right away. It was one of the first few games that I got when I when I got a PS4. Dude, what I love about this is how you can just basically play the entire storyline with your own character, and then they have this one specific mode called territory recovery mode, where you have your own squad and you go out there and you battle titans and you try to get more and more and more territory to like eliminate the titans around you. Hotshot, I think you're very familiar with this game. What do you recall of it exactly?
I don't recall a whole lot, if I'm being completely honest, just because it's been a while since I played it. But I do remember, again, you can make your own character and build bonds and friendships with the other scout regiment cadets. And honestly, there's just nothing like zipping through the city and taking down titans. I hate the wilderness levels so much, especially the ones in great open field.
Zip on, yeah.
Like, yeah, you have your horse, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to ride you. I want to zip across the sky.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I do like it a decent amount, and it still lets you control Aaron and be a Titan at times. Like, it's very rare, but it does still happen. Like I said, it's been a while since I played it. I don't even think I've finished all the story that's in it yet. But that's probably the form of media with Attack on Titan that I'll spend most of my time on.
Right, fair enough. This game, basically, from the wiki here, I'm seeing it covers the first 50 chapters of Attack on Titan, so like basically the first 2 seasons about. And you have the storyline and everything. RG, what do you think about this? Have you played this before?
I've never, but I've seen clip of it on TikToks. Did you know that I think they're trying to make an Attack on Titans game mode for VR, and I think it's the exact same games because it's the same graphics. Would you like?
Really?
Would you like? Imagine you have you need to you play with the VR. You have your joysticks and you play with it, and you fly across the city, and you get sky motion. How it's called? You get sky sickness. What it's called again?
Sickness motion. Yeah.
Sickness motion.
Sickness.
And you sleep titans. Sky sickness. And so I never played this game, but I've looked at it. I've looked at it a little bit online. It looks really fun. I don't know how you would move around the city. It makes me think a little bit about maybe Spider-Man's game. Is it a little bit alike?
A little bit, I guess you could say. What do you think, Hotshot?
The mobility is, yes. That is where the similarities end.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. Well said. Absolutely. I think the other thing I want to say, it's like very hack and slashy. Like you can sometimes I just hit triangle, man, and I'm just like, bouncing, slashing, bouncing, slashing, bouncing, slashing, bouncing, slashing. It does not stop. I also like that you can have teammates, and you can have like I don't know, you can have like I've been having Bertolt as a teammate lately. He basically just explodes and kills all the titans around you. It's great. He's got a super long cooldown though, which sucks, but awesome game nonetheless.
Yeah, because the higher ranker the helper, the longer their cooldown is.
Yes.
I think the two that have the longest are Levi and Mikasa.
How long are they?
3 minutes.
5 minutes? Oh, 3 minutes.
You remember that?
Yeah. That is long. That is long cooldown.
It's something like 380 seconds or something like that.
380 would be like 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
I am too hot to do math right now. I do not care that much.
Okay. Anyways, let's go to you, Hotshot. Do you care enough about to tell us your third and last pick for now?
I do. And it's funny that you mentioned that I didn't bring up Pokemon, because I am going to bring up their counterpart in Digimon. and I'm doing this for content more than anything else.
Go ahead.
The Digimon game I've picked is Digimon All-Stars Rumble. Imagine, if you will, Super Smash Bros, but Digimon.
Oh.
It's essentially like that, but it's combined with a 3D fighter. It's really kind of odd, because most fights are one-on-one in the story mode, because the story is a tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets a wish granted. That it's super straightforward, super simple. But that's basically what the story is. But there's, I think, like 12 different Digimon to start with in their most iconic forms. And in the fights, you have items, be it other Digimon you can throw at them, or health pickups, or I think it's the Digi-Destin bond, and that actually lets you Digivolve. But the objective remains the same, to where in Smash Bros. You get more points based on how many kills you get. It's the same thing here. However many times you kill your opponent, that's how many points you get at the end of the day.
So it's like Pokemon with like 12 starter Pokemon?
No.
Do you need, but like, I need the real thing before I play this game. Do I need to learn a move, then a word or a language that I don't know to go forward? Yes or no?
Yes, you do. And that move is called Purchase.
Well, as an adult, I can do that.
Are you sure? Is it your type? It's money. Are you on the money type, RG?
Since I work in finance, yes, I am. If I was a Pokemon, I would be a money type. What do you think about Jaian about this game?
Good, because I'm the gamer type. I have no money always, forever.
Listen, this is not my cup of tea. I'll be honest. I mean, I would have rather a Pokemon pick. I'll just say it, Hotshot. I think cool concept, like a battle royale-esque thing with like Digimon characters. I like that. I really do. But to me, like, it falls a bit flat. I'll be honest. It's not I'm just not that hyped about Digimon. I feel like it's come and gone. It did its thing in the 2000s, and it's got like cool games here and there. But it ended, and I've moved forward. So I don't really have much to say on it because of that. Just because I don't feel attached to the franchise as a whole. Do you get me?
All right, you heard it here first, guys. Jaian Music wants Pokemon Games 3.0.
I do. I would do it, bro. Did I not propose? A quick side topic here. I proposed a Pokemon glitch episode. I don't know if we would have enough, but like basically game glitches in Pokemon. I think that would be really cool. I'm for more Pokemon, bro. I don't know where this like anti-Pokemon thought of yours. Based
I
on
guess I won't be there in this episode.
It's just the fact that it. Okay, Jade, you know how bad I am when it comes to talking about One Piece. Mm-hmm. Imagine 5 more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm here. I can relate. I like Pokemon. I'm with you, man. I could do it. Okay, so I don't know what else to tell you, bro.
Right.
I do know what else to tell you. I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you, RG. What's your next pick?
All I'm gonna say first is I won't be there for this Pokemon episode because I don't know nothing about them.
No. Hotshot, was there anything else you wanted to say? I kind of like went too fast on that.
I got nothing. It's a Smash clone. It's Digimon. I find it fun because I like Digimon. That's really about it.
All right, gotcha. Fair enough. RG, take it away, bro.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Jaian doesn't like Digimon because it's an isekai. That's why. So, speaking of games you said, Hotshot, that you proposed a lot of games for Jaian, which he liked and loved and put it in his list. I proposed one game for Jaian, and he never plays it, and it has an anime adaptation. So technically, it's an anime game. So, do you guys know about the anime called Arcane?
I do.
I don't.
It drove me nuts that you didn't have the actual game name on the game list.
Well, I thought it was for sure.
It really actually pissed me off.
Well, I'm digging it out. It's an anime, so suck it. So, Jaian, do you know the game League of Legends?
Oh, really? We're going there with this?
Well, I wanted to discuss with you because
that's what Arcane's based off. Yeah.
So, is it an anime? Because it has an anime adaptation. Okay. It has character. It has lore.
Listen, man. I guess so, man. Arcane. So if I Google Arcane anime, you're telling me like a series will pop up, is what you're saying?
Yeah. It's on Netflix. It's in its.
Oh, really? Okay. And this is related to League of Legends. It is okay. No, yeah. Go ahead, man. It counts. I'm not picky about this stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah. I needed to find a pick because I didn't play a lot of anime games. I'm more of a shooter guy type of game. So. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all remember when we were younger, I proposed this game to you, which you never try. So I'm kind of jealous of you, Hotshot. But yeah, so Arcane, for those guys who don't know, League of Legends is the number one. I think it's one of the number one games in the world. Basically, you pick your character, you farm minions, you get gold and experience, you level up, and you fight to the death until the enemy base explodes. Pretty straightforward. A lot of little mechanics that makes it hard. And yeah, I just wanted to bring this game up just because I wanted to challenge with you if it counts as an anime games or not.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Since Arcane itself counts as an anime adaptation, then yeah, League of Legends counts.
There you go.
Great. And
because I can't tell you how many games that I've started that eventually had an anime adaptation that I've had to fight for to get counted. Like Nekopara is the exact same way. Technically, Digimon is the exact same way.
Exactly.
Or Pokemon is the exact same way, because Pokemon started as a game. So I get why you'd question it, but it should totally count. I think the entire world kind of knows what League of Legends is.
Yeah.
And even more of the entire world is waiting on Arcane Season 2.
Oh my god. I am excited for Season 2.
I mean, I don't have much to say on it, though. But this game, like, I'm just looking at a little bit of images. It looks like a League of Legends game. That's all I can, like. It
Jaian.
just looks like League of Legends in anime, honestly.
It's exclusively online. It's online competitive. That's why it's one of the number one games in the world, because people care about competitive. But I will say one quick thing about League of Legends as a game. An old friend of mine back, like, I want to say about a year or so after the launch of League of Legends, a friend of mine had to leave his computer to do something and asked me to take over. I've never played a PC game.
Yeah.
I've never played League of Legends. I've never really used a keyboard for anything other than typing. So what I did ended up getting him banned for 2 weeks.
Did you type? What did you do?
I just walked around the map. I thought I was doing things. I thought I was helping the objective. Nope, I got his character and account banned for 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
And you're back.
for unsportsmanlike behavior, I believe, when I was really just trying to explore.
Yeah, you must have died
I mean, it
too
makes
many
sense because
times.
you don't do sports.
No, I didn't die. I just I
didn't?
basically pissed off the rest of my party by not going with them.
That's cool.
Because I guess
There
he
you
was the
go.
tank.
Oh my god, what a game to get banned for that. You cannot be new to this game. Jaian, if I were to propose to you, knees on the ground, hands on my heart, and be like, would you play a game of League of Legends with me? Would you do it?
No.
I have played League of Legends before. I've played it before. I'll play a game with you.
Oh, then you make me the happiest
worries.
man in the world.
Yeah. There you go.
But
All
I
right,
request that
let's,
you send him a picture of you on your knees asking.
You see, I'm not like that, Hotshot.
I
I'm
am.
just not like that.
Hey, you said
All
this
right,
is my podcast too. I make the rules.
Okay, let's start wrapping things up. We're kind of going over on the time here. So the games that we selected were Arcane, just as discussed, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, Genshin Impact, Digimon All-Star Rumble, Nekopara, Dragon Quest, Heroes 1 and 2, Attack on Titan 2, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Coliseum. So,
If
you guys enjoyed...
If I may just drop my honorable, I won't even discuss it. I just want to drop it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you did have it in honorable. Please go. Please.
My honorable mention is Hyperdimension Neptunia 4 Goddesses Online. It is played like an MMO, but in the Neptunia universe. Basically, it's a Sword Art Online Neptunia. And that's all I'll say.
That's awesome. All right. So, for myself, RG, and Hotshot, this has been another episode of
Anime
Podcasters.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Hey guys, Hotshot here. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Anime Podcasters. We have over 100 other episodes for your entertainment found wherever podcasts are available, such as Spotify. We also release new episodes twice a month, so keep an ear out for us. You can follow the podcast at Anime Podcasters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Jaian Music's YouTube channel. Jaian himself can be found on social media at Jaian Music, as well as his own website, jaianmusic.com. Kyo, our artist for the podcast, can be found on Twitter and YouTube at GoProKyo, as well as his website, ccartgalleryportfolio.com. As for me, Hotshot, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter at HotshotGinger. As always, guys, thanks for listening to us. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care.